Okay. That was fast.
Decoy. Decoy. Here.
Okay, so it's okay, I think. I think that works. I'm pretty sure that works. And so, because it works, I think that's it, right? Yeah.
Here.
Well, so basically, I think you can just spam from this edge to this edge. Okay.
Here.
I think that's clear enough for how you're meant to wallbang it. Literally just the first like dark line in the wood alongside the top edge of this box all the way to like this dot, basically. It's a bit difficult to see, but whatever.
I got the spike. Spike planted. Here.
I think generally speaking, you will not need a lineup here, but I think... But I think in this case, perhaps you will. I think I had a lineup here.
Stim beacon here.
Was it just this?
Volley.
Oh yeah, it was just that. Wow. Okay. That's very simple and easy. Okay. Cool.
Stim beacon here. Volley.
So I think, yeah. I mean, that lands really quickly as well.
Stim beacon here.
Yeah. I mean, that's just perfect.
Volley.
I don't think it fails as well. Yeah, it doesn't fail. Okay. It just does not fail. It doesn't fail. But I think just to be safe, it should kind of land like that. I think.
Stim beacon here.
Whatever. Okay. Oh, we can actually min-max. Okay, so there's a min-max possible where if the molly blocks off the B main entrance, the enemy is 50% likely to go to the left to avoid the molly and 50% likely to go to the right to avoid the molly. If the enemy goes to the left, it's going to be a mistake. It's going to be a mistake because we can kill them with our ult. Just like that. Unless they have an escape ability, but oftentimes that's not going to be the case. So that's pretty cool. So we're forcing the enemy into a 50-50 where half the time we will kill them with the ultimate. That's really cool. Okay. And I think the lineup for the ult is just going to be on the edge of this. Okay. Alright. Very cool. So it literally takes as long as the molly exists for. As the duration of the molly is equal to the amount of time it's going to take from this position to get to short. So technically we don't need our ultimate. I think the ultimate is kind of optional, but it's still nice because it just stalls additional time. So okay, that's a very interesting play. And also I think from this position where I'm doing the wallbang from, it makes it harder to get spammed back because you're a bit further away from the piece of cover that you're the piece of wall that you're wallbanging from. So I think it's a bit safer the wallbang I'm doing. I think the Brimstone players who try these plays in their games, they're just getting lucky because the enemy is bad. That's pretty much it. If the enemy is good, they're gonna counter spam, and they're gonna be able to counter spam pretty effectively if you're right up in the edge, kind of where this white arrow is coming from. So, yeah. I think generally speaking, it's just a good idea to avoid wall banging from like literally like no distance away from the thing you're wall banging from. So, okay. So the play has been min-maxed. It has been redesigned for this. Okay. So now, actually, let's just confirm the distance. I think it's definitely going to be a good idea to just confirm the distance. Yeah, a little bit over 7 seconds, but it's whatever. Okay. And then after that, we could one-way. Okay. Wallbang. One-way. We could one-way if we have a smoke. Because if we one-way, the enemy cannot wallbang spam us. I mean, they wouldn't anyway, so... Ooh, wait a second. Another min-max is possible. Ooh, this is interesting. Okay. I think I'm gonna clip this actually. So one Brimstone play I've been thinking about is this post plant, B post plant play as Brimstone. Okay, now let's try again. Actually, no, I think I want to record it instead. Okay, let's record it. Actually, I can't record it because I don't have a keybind to stop recording. I only have to stop stream. Oh my god. Whatever. Let's just use this. Okay. Okay, my OBS has crashed or bugged out or something. I can't seem to cancel the recording. Yeah, something happened here. Interesting. Stop recording. It's the white screen. I don't... fuck. That's an interesting bug. Wow, okay. Okay. Hmm. One Brimstone play that I've been thinking about includes okay. I've been thinking about an optimized play for the B-side post plant of Haven. Okay, again. Oh my god, someone's just mowing the lawn outside. Ah, okay. I've been thinking about an optimized post-plant play for Brimstone on Haven B-side. And essentially, there's a lot of problems with how content creators execute these plays. The way they do it is, first of all, they have the spike in a pretty shitty plant spot. Second of all, they do like a wall bang from short into the B-side corner here, from like right up against the corner. So getting counter spammed is actually really easy. It's just no one does it because players in ranked are just bad. So that's the second thing. One, the post plant is shit. It doesn't really let your teammates, play an effective post plant with the spike planted in a decently closed position, where you can't really peek the spike from bottom mid or window, and the mollies don't really reach either. Also, my coach totally fucking lied to me. You can peek this from bottom mid. You can, but at the same time, like, how often is someone gonna be here playing this nice post plant, right? Also, if you have a teammate window, then they can't peek that, obviously. Like, there's a small slit, right? But if we plant the spike, even if we plant right up in the corner,
Spike planted.
the radius lets us defuse right here. So we're completely covered from, or the enemy is completely covered from window. And if there's any smokes up, it's actually kind of easier to cover from enemy bullets by just looking down away into the corner as you're defusing, because this piece of cover here is decently covering you. So if there's a smoke in the way, as you're getting spammed, or as you're spamming the enemy, you need like a heavy penetration weapon so that you can actually reach a bit deeper into here. And so it's not ideal. It's not an ideal post plant position, or spike plant position for the post plant. So what I'm optimizing for is basically we plant in the middle, in the most open position, first of all. Second of all, we use our molly.
Stim beacon down.
We use our molly in a way where it basically stops the enemy from pushing out of B main. So the enemy is essentially forced to go left or right of the spike to get off the flames. And if the enemy goes to the left, we can ult in such a way that, because the molly is like cutting off half of this front area of B, we can ult like this to where the enemy has to push through our molly to escape from the ultimate to like the nearest like safe position, or they have to run through our entire ultimate and turn like a corner just to avoid the ultimate. So essentially we're cooking them. And they're probably gonna die, like especially if they've taken some damage in the round, which they, you know, it's very likely to happen to anyone. So they're gonna get cooked by the ultimate if they choose this side instead of this side to get off the molly. So because of that, we might want to perhaps plant slightly more to the left, like not too much to the left, because if we do it too much to the left, the enemy might have some leeway to defuse from around this corner here. So we definitely want to make sure that like when we're planting, that we're planting maybe a little bit more to the left, and then maybe sending our molly a little bit more to the right. So for our molly, we can basically aim kind of at the top of this rectangle, and that does make the molly land kind of nicely.
Stim beacon down.
But instead we could try and optimize it where maybe we shoot it like that. Right? And then obviously the enemy will still not be able to defuse, and they will not really be able to kind of come out of B main unless they see the molly flying and they try to intercept it, or they try to, you know, walk forward to get into the front B area, which isn't gonna help them, right? Basically, like now they're out in the open, and your teammates could peek them on a timing or whatever, right? So yeah, so that's like the number one idea. The number two idea is the wall bang. The wall bang here is really flawed. Again, you can just get counter spammed if you do it from here. Instead, if we just jump on this box here where the piss jar is with the old banana, we can just kind of use this as a reference point, this top left edge of these boxes, to kind of spam along this diagonal until we meet this first dark line. So this is kind of where we want to be spamming essentially. And that does wallbang through very effectively. We're also avoiding this metal box here. The original wallbang makes it where you're actually hitting this metal box. So it's like it doesn't matter for this corner, but the wallbang is not possible, or it's not as good if the enemy is diffusing from here when the spike is planted here. So we need to avoid this metal box essentially, and it's really difficult to counter spam that because you're further away from the thing that you're wallbanging. So if you're wallbanging here, it's really easy for the enemy to go like, okay, let me just spam this, right? Essentially, and they spam this, they probably kill you because they just have the angles advantage in a way. Like this is like angles advantage and angles disadvantage, it still applies here. So if you're so close to a piece of cover and you're wallbanging it and the enemy is much further away, they can totally counter spam you and kill you much easier than you can kill them, because your target of area is gonna be either in this corner, which is a shit plant spot, or in like across this entire area here, right? So they can easily sidestep it and kill you that way. But by being here, by being crouched behind this, basically half of our body is like behind cover. Like bullets cannot go through two different pieces of cover usually. So what's gonna happen is maybe the enemy tries spamming you really low down, in which case they're not gonna hit your like lower body or like lower torso. And because we're further away, it's also going to be much harder for the enemy to counter spam us where they headshot us or they body shot us. So that's exactly what we want to avoid. So that's kind of the play optimized. There's not much more really to it. It's a pretty simple play all in all, but this is just me kind of re-optimizing it for those smaller advantages, it's extremely likely that the enemy goes to the left here after you molly here. And in that case, yeah, they're dead. Your ultimate will still deny the plant for an even longer period of time. And yeah, I don't know if there's anything else to say. Like, another thing is actually is after you do the wallbang here, let's say your teammates have some utility for stall as well. Well, it only takes 7 seconds to get back to window. 7 seconds. So that's a very short amount of time. If you have your knife out, that is. Because if you're knife out, you run faster. So, yeah. There's probably some other wallbang ideas that we could utilize. You know, perhaps... I don't know. But yeah, anyway, that's about it, I think.